Hey, what's up guys? Crypto Numpty back for the 5th video for my YouTube channel. Today what I want to do is go through my typical routine for placing a trade. We're going to take the information that I shared on the previous 4 videos, and hopefully by now you've had a chance to go through them and get a better understanding of what you're looking for before you set up a trade. Also by now hopefully you still haven't deposited any of your hard-earned cash onto an exchange and started trading. If you have and you feel you have the confidence to, then I hope it goes well for you, and I hope you continue to watch the videos and find them helpful. That being said, any advice that I give you throughout any of my videos, it's not financial advice. This is just purely my take and how I go about trading cryptocurrency on a trading platform. So to get started, the first thing I'll do is look at the news. News is always a good place to start. A little warning point though, there is a lot of fake news out there, to quote a certain POTUS. But there is also quite a lot of good news out there, and it shows 2 things for me. It shows generally the state of the market of cryptocurrency itself, and it gives me a better understanding of whether the prices are going to rise or fall across the board. We're looking now at a point in time where we're trying to get the major financial institutions and the authorities that govern the financial institutions to accept cryptocurrency. We've had a lot of news about the Security and Exchange Commissions over in America. That impacted the price early doors, but they kept delaying the decision to the point where it stopped affecting the price. We also just take a quick look on this website, Crypto News. We see the Bitcoin and altcoins grinding lower but within range. EU lawmakers on crypto regulations and its wicked problems. So these are the things we're looking at. We also see some positive stuff. Coinbase valuation at $8 billion speaks volumes. It shows that there's a lot of investment and a lot of value in Coinbase, and which is a trading platform. Also very good here, Ukrainian MP proposes tax-free crypto trading. That's going to be good for Ukrainians, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so generally we look down the news board and we're looking for, in particular, we're looking for one of the altcoins, some news to come out of one of the altcoins that's going to jump out at us, and maybe they're introducing something new. They're introducing the altcoin on a different trading platform. When that happens, obviously the people on that trading platform, as the altcoin is introduced, if it's popular, people will start buying into it, therefore the price will increase. Another bit of good news there for cryptocurrency overall, barriers to blockchain adoption are falling. So yeah, this is the first port of call really, guys. Just have a look through the news boards and see what people are talking about. Obviously we're going back into September now. I tend to keep up to date with the news. I get notifications on my mobile phone as what's going on, and yeah, a good example is this one here. A new investment by Binance may bring crypto into airports. As you know, a lot of people go through airports, and a lot of people going through airports tend to buy coffee. They buy breakfast, or they tend to buy things that they need for when they go travelling. So that could be a good thing. Just have a look at that in more depth. Authorities in Australia are giving their blessings to a deal that will see cryptocurrency exchange giant Binance invest into an Australian crypto startup, potentially opening the door for crypto pay options for travellers at international airports. So for me that is a very good, very positive news, and for Binance to invest 2.5 million into a crypto startup shows where the market is headed really, and if it's headed to international airports, potentially we can see overall market growth. This will be probably adopted by one, maybe two airports if it is in Australia, and if it's successful, it then gets adopted more and more across airports across the globe. So maybe we'll look into this. Binance do have their own currency, the BNB coin, and so the next port of call really would be over to CryptoWatch, just to see what BNB is doing at the moment. And we can see here Binance coin. Okay, so we've got a lot of green over the last 24 hours, so very positive market over the last 24 hours. We've hit into the red, but we are still hovering around the 0%, so that's not too concerning. And again, that's over the last 24 hours, so yeah, that to me that shows quite a positive trend in the BNB Bitcoin pairing. So moving on from that, then I'll just take a quick scout at some of the other markets. Bearing in mind, I do keep in touch with market news quite a lot. We can see Ripple is doing quite well at the moment. It's up 2.9% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum is up 1.16%, so we can see that's gradually increased over the last 24 hours, and Bitcoin overall has increased over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin has dropped though. We were up in the 6,800s a few days ago, so after a drop over the last couple of days, we're starting to pick back up again. And generally that's how Bitcoin USD pairing cycles. You know, it ebbs and flows. It's just an oscillation of growth and then market reduction. And again, just going back to the news boards, when we start to see things like this and we start to see positive news stories about people adopting cryptocurrency overall, we can see, or we can expect, that price to increase the more accepted it becomes. So sticking with our Binance coin then, our BNB coin, with the news that was released 4 hours and 10 minutes ago on this website. We'll go over to QFT charts, we'll find the BNB Bitcoin pairing, and we'll have a look to see if we can find our support and resistance levels. We can see we had quite a big spike there on the 2nd of October. That was premature to this news coming out though, so potentially there could have been some other news that caused that spike in price, and at the moment we're steadily dropping. The way I look at that is you know, are we dropping because we've had some negative news come out about Binance coin, or is it just the market trying to correct itself? Again, just going back to the previous videos, it's always what the market tries to do. The market always tries to get back to neutral, back to equilibrium. It's the buyers and sellers who have that influence and make it rise and fall as it does. And we see quite a big drop there back in August. Over the period of 2 days, I mean, we can see that was quite a big drop in price, in value, but then since then, okay, so we've had a little bit of fluctuation. Again, just looking at that swing, it was a big push down. The bears give it a big push in one direction, and now we're starting to settle down again. In the near term, we can see the market's ranging. It's not increasing or decreasing too much, too heavily, so we can expect to see a tightened Bollinger Band at this point here, just before this rise. But overall, I've put in the support and resistance lines that I see them here. The way I did that, as I explained in the previous video, I started with the price currently today, then looped back through time to see if we can meet any other peaks and troughs. I've dropped it slightly because whilst we did break through the resistance levels a couple of times here, we soon dropped back through them. And again, the same with the support lines. The support lines match up with quite a lot of occurrences in the past. We can see here, here, and that's all I'm doing. I'm looking at what the market did in the past. I'm looking to see if those support and resistance levels match up with what happened in the past. and I'll then move down to the present day. So I'm more interested in what's going on at this point here, to try and predict what's going to happen next, and see whether it's a wise decision to make a trade on this particular coin. Okay, so we've scoured the news. We've found what potentially might be some good news for a particular altcoin. We've gone over to CryptoWatch to see what that particular altcoin is doing at the moment. It's hovering around the 0% mark. We've gone over to QFT charts for that altcoin. We've looked at our support and resistance levels. We'll go over to our exchange now, and we'll have a look and see what's happening on the indicators. Again, so we've got the Bollinger Band indicators are set up here, and we can see that big rise on the 2nd of October, the rise in price, and as we said, we can see the pinch up in Bollinger Bands here. Now, again, just referring back to the previous video, that doesn't necessarily indicate a rise in price. You know, this could have gone the other way and it could have dropped in price. So yeah, there was some news, some big news that came out there that influenced that increase in price. But at the moment we can see the Bollinger Bands, they're not really pinched up, and we can see that the market is actually dropping slightly, and potentially, yeah, it's trying to correct itself. So we'll just have a look at some of the other indicators that we discussed on previous videos. We can see the moving averages here. So yeah, so the 8-day moving average is quite a lot below the 21-day moving average, and the 21-day moving average is just slightly below the 35-day moving average. So yeah, at the moment that's an indication of what's going on at the moment. You know, it's not an indication of what's going to happen in the future, but as it stands, you know, the 8-day moving average being below the 35 and the 21-day moving average shows that this is going to, again, it's always trying to correct itself. It's always trying to get back to neutral ground. So you know, if you reverse this line in this direction, and these lines continue to drop, you're looking for an intercept point, and that intercept point is where something's going to happen in future. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to see where these lines are going to go. Again, if we look at our exponential moving average, it's just a more accurate prediction of the market itself. We can see so the 5-day moving average, which is just down here, right down at the bottom, we can see again that is below the 18 and 34-day moving average. The 13-day and the 34-day. We can see that the 13-day moving average is actually above the 34-day moving average, and the 5-day is below. So potentially we can see a convergence of all of these exponential moving average lines in this area here. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for convergence, and we can expect that to happen at 1-hour charts. So we can expect that to happen within the next couple of hours. We can expect to see those lines converge, and when those lines converge, I would expect to see the market move in one direction or the other. One of the other indicators that we can look at again was the MACD. We can see the MACD is trending right below. So remember the 12 and the 26-day moving averages. We can see that the 12 is trending below the 26-day moving average. Again, it's at the bottom of it's in the 10 to 15% range. So we can see that is massively oversold. So yeah, we can see a reversal in this. I expect a reversal in this. We can already see that the market's trying to increase. If we look at this candle here, we go to our candlestick patterns. We'll just get rid of that. So yeah, if we look more into our candlestick patterns now, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a rejection in a lower price, and we're hoping for that price to be pushed up again. We can see we had some increases in price in this area following this doji here, or this candlestick here, which is a spinning top, another spinning top there. And you can see the price started to drop, tried to drop further, but the buyers came in and rejected that drop in price, and actually over the next hour increased the price. The bears tried to drop the price again and failed, so the bulls came in and increased the price yet again. The bears had another go, but didn't really get the price below what the current closing price was, or the current opening price was, and that's when the buyers came in and the price increased. As you can see, again we see this candlestick here, a rejection in a higher price. They have another stab at it there, but then the price decreases. So we're looking for similar trends in this pattern here. We're looking for a rejection of the lower and upper price. Now we can see the price falling at the moment, and just there again we can see a rejection in the lower price, another attempt at it there, and currently where we stand at the moment is probably in a neutral position. We're bouncing off this bottom Bollinger Band. Again, our moving averages, we're trying to get these lines to converge. The market's trying to find its neutral position again. So over the next couple of hours, I can probably, I should probably see that price either increase or decrease. But what I would like to see is these Bollinger Bands just tighten up slightly to indicate a large increase or a large drop. Just give you a better indicator. So right now I'm going to hold off on this trade. But what I am going to do is I'm going to set up a couple of notifications on the mobile phone. So at the moment my support level, because I'm day trading, so at the moment my support level is going to be this level here. We can see that the 155649 level. In fact, if I concentrate on the lower candle there. So just to let you guys know, if you hover over one of the candles, it actually tells you what the values are there. And what I'm looking at is this candle here, and I'm looking for the lowest price that it achieved. That then gives me a buffer. It gives me a leeway. What I'll do is I'll just jump over to the mobile phone. I know you guys can't see this, but again, I use Blockfolio for my notifications. Very good app. It's very simple to use. You add the coin, and then once you've added the coin, you can select the exchange that you want to monitor. You can then set up an instant notification when the price drops below for that particular exchange. Okay, so I've just pulled up Binance coin on here. I'll just set the alert up, add a new alert. So I'm going to say I want you to notify me when, again, I'm not looking at this level here, I'm looking at this up here. So if I just hover over that red candle there, so I want you to notify me when the price, or if the price, and hopefully it doesn't, drops below 15560. But also I want you to notify me when the price goes above. Now previously we can see this this fluctuation here where the market rises and drops, rises slightly, drops, and it's starting to rise again now. So I'm looking at the exponential moving averages, and I'm also looking at the previous rise and fall of this particular coin, and I can see a convergence of these lines happening in the next couple of hours. We're at 10 o'clock or 10:30 at the moment, so this is the 10 o'clock candle. So if I move it across a couple of hours there, I can see a convergence happening somewhere around this level here, so somewhere around the peak of what this candle achieved. So what I'm going to tell Blockfolio now is I want you to notify me when we get below the 00155,560, which is this candle level here. So we can see up at the top there the low level, 1556. It's actually 155600. Just be careful there because the decimal places can catch out sometimes. And then on this candle here, I want you to tell me if the price goes above, on this convergence here, goes above the highest high of this green candle here. So that candle went up to 156.48. And I'll save that notification. So that notification's on my mobile phone now, and what I can do is I can actually leave this. I don't need to sit here and watch the candle, what it's doing at the moment. I can drill right down into the 5-minute candles and actually get a better view of the trades that are going on. I know that we've got trade on this. We're looking at the candlestick chart where we can see the depth chart. We've got a massive block of green here and a smaller block of red. So we know that the bulls are pushing for this price to be higher, and that's a good position to be in. But we've still got market movement, but it's not bouncing up and down all over the place, which is indicative of what we saw before, which was the market ranging. No one's really selling and no one's really buying. And so yeah, that's what I'll look at the moment. I'll leave that as it is, and I'll get those notifications on my phone. Just so you know, and you do get a better understanding of what this, how to interpret this. If I go over to the 1 hour candlesticks, for this 1 hour candlestick between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, if you then change the resolution down to 5 minutes, that 1 hour candlestick that we saw before, which was fluctuating between red and green, is a culmination of these candlesticks here at the moment. So if you go to, you can see down at the bottom here, it gives you the time period. So if we take that candle there, that red candle there, and we add up all of these candles here, we can see that actually this potentially could turn into a green candle because we've got a big red candlestick there, but this one cancels it out. And it's basically an amalgamation of these candles here and even further. If you go down to the 1 minute candles, then the 1 hour candle, because we're at 10:30 or 35 minutes past 10, that candle at the moment is showing you what the last 35 candles here did. So from there onwards, those 35 candles there give you an indication of what the price is doing. Now sometimes this can be a good place to look because as I say, this is the cold face view of what's going on in it, and if you go back to your candlestick patterns, again, you can probably tell what that 1 hour candle is going to do just by looking at this page here. And if I look at the time frame, I can see there's a lot more green than there is red. Again, that's shown in the depth chart there. There is a lot more green than there is red. So there's a lot more people wanting to buy than there is wanting to sell. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing because in order for the price to go up, we need the sellers, so we need the bears need to agree to sell at this lower price. And when they do, we can see we've got a buyer in there at 156.10. We've got a seller at 156.11. So this guy's saying, no, I'm going to sell at 156.11. This guy's saying, well, actually, no, I'm going to buy at 156.10. And until someone comes in here and agrees to sell at 156.10, his order won't be fulfilled. And so at the moment, they're in stalemate. And again, the method behind buying and selling. You know, this might be someone like myself sitting in front of a PC deciding whether to buy or sell, or it might be a trading bot. And if it's a trading bot, then it's probably not going to move from that position. That trading bot is going to sit there and say, no, that's the price I've set. It might have a timer set up in the software to say if it doesn't trade at that, then drop it down by one Satoshi, and or increase it by 1 Satoshi, and that then fulfills his order, and that then starts the market moving again. So it's quite interesting to see this. So yeah, at the moment, guys, I'm going to hold off. I'll get back to you if there's any movement on this Binance coin, but hopefully you find that helpful. That's my typical routine of how I'll go about looking at setting up a trade on the trading platform. And I hope you like the position that you're in at the moment, and hope you're getting more and more confidence to opening up an account with an exchange and actually starting to trade in cryptocurrency. And once you start trading, you know, it is quite interesting and it is quite time consuming. If you let it be, you know, you can get very involved in it. And certainly when I first opened up my account on Coinbase, what it was then, straight away I jumped into it and started making trades and started losing money. So yeah, I had to stop really. I exited all my positions, held it in the Tether coin, which was US dollars, and just held off and went away and did some more learning. Currently, as it stands at the moment, I'll just a quick update. So I traded on Monero coin a couple of days ago, which I bought for a price that was a lot higher than it is at the moment. I did exactly what I've just explained, looked at all of the indicators, and thought it might be a good buy, but at the moment you can see that the level actually dropped. We saw the pinch up in the Bollinger Bands, and it was actually at this point here. We saw the pinch up in the Bollinger Bands. I knew the price was going to do something. I could see the moving averages were about to converge, but I actually ended up buying in somewhere around here. I don't know whether I think I misread the indicators, but yeah, I actually ended up buying in somewhere here, and we can see that the price has dropped. But you know, this is what happens when you're trading. The price increases, the price decreases. Some days you make some money, and some days you lose some money. The idea being that you make money on more days than you lose money, and in doing so you make yourself a profit. So funds at the moment, we're down to $1,614 from the $1,700 we were at the other day. But again, I hope to change that. I won't exit this position just at the moment, because again, you know, if I look at Monero coin and I look, you know, if I look on QFT chart actually and look at Monero coin, on Binance, yeah. So this is the point where we're at the moment, and I'm not too worried, because you can see that in sort of July, most of August it was quite low, and then as we break into September, we can see that the price has increased, and it's sort of been hovering around here. Where I bought into the coin, which was around here, you can see at the moment I'm probably coming down to a support level. If I just put that in there actually. So again, I'm looking at the near term here, and you can see I'm coming into a support level here. Once I hit that support level, I'm expecting the price to rise back to the resistance level, which at the moment for present day anyway is there. Over the last couple of days we can see that resistance level there. We did hit the resistance level round about when I bought, which is the worst time to buy. But yeah, at the moment I'm not going to exit that position. We're coming back down to the support level there, and I'm expecting this to jump back up to the resistance level. Okay guys, so hope you like the video. If you do, please click the like button, spread the word, share and share alike, as they say. Hopefully the information I'm passing along, I know it's not very well explained. I don't come out with all of the financial lingo that most people speak, but that's the idea being that I'm trying to explain this in a simpler way as possible, so as many people can understand. People out there who might want to start trading cryptocurrencies, but probably a bit wary about spending or investing money in cryptocurrency because they're not really sure how to trade and the signals and the signs to look out for. I am one of those people, but I've taken a leap of faith and invested money into an exchange and into cryptocurrency. So hopefully you can see the mistakes that I make. Don't make them yourselves, and yeah, they probably, whilst they're not explained in a way that most people, I'm sure there are guys out there watching my videos saying, well, what's this guy talking about? But it's just my way of explaining things, and it's my methodology. So yeah, hope you like, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Subscribe to the channel, there's going to be lots more videos coming, and I'll catch you next time.